This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth. Canada is under a socialist siege right now. And in case you haven't been paying attention, here's the facts. But before I lay all this out, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all my subscribers here on YouTube. I currently now have 100,000 of you subscribed, and it's incredibly inspiring to me, so for that, I thank you greatly. Alright, let's get on with the news. Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne's government has once again revealed their SJW policies by announcing a significant raise to the minimum wage. 31.6% to be exact. The hourly wage floor will rise from $11.40 today to $15 by 2019. I'm glad I'm not in Ontario anymore. Well, guess what's going on in Alberta? With the new Democratic Party in Alberta elected on a fluke, or maybe even through fraudulent circumstances, this Socialist Party has taken an oil-based economy, which is already hit by low crude prices, and they've made things worse by implementing new taxes like a carbon tax and raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. They want to first raise it to $12.20 an hour by this October, then it'd be up another $1.40 by next October, and then by October of 2018, they want to see it at $15 an hour. Money printing by the banks raises the cost of living, and combined with regulatory nonsense and the NDP hindering entrepreneurship, the value is going to be eroded of this $15 an hour before any benefits can be derived. This is what happens when you print money to solve the financial problems that were created by the banks and by Wall Street and by runaway government spending. And raising the minimum wage by over 30% also means that anybody who's not employable for under $15 an hour is going to get hired. Just think of Orwell's 1984 and how every phrase or word that the state uses, its meaning is the opposite. A minimum wage law really just means that it is illegal to employ somebody at less than a certain rate. Wages are prices for labor, and setting a minimum wage is setting a price floor. When wages are set artificially high, more people are looking for jobs than there are jobs available. So Kathleen Wynne's Liberal government and Alberta's NDP are not helping anyone by raising the minimum wage. All they are doing is putting unskilled, low-wage labor into the unemployment line. And when they receive their welfare money, they're more likely going to be voting for the NDP or Liberal government, which gave them their safe space. Perhaps Albertan values like hard work and sacrifice don't override the free money courtesy of the taxpayer. Alberta's NDP Labour Minister Christina Gray is citing Alberta's highest percentage of food bank use as one of the reasons for this hike in the minimum wage. She says, "We are committed to supporting to our low-wage Albertans, people who are working full-time jobs and are still not able to make ends meet," she said. But where exactly is the proof that artificially inflating wages helps anyone? Sure, it might help the unskilled laborer who managed to keep their job at $15 an hour, but what about those who are unemployable at that rate? What about all the business owners that are now going to have to restructure in order to make this work? Labor isn't cheap, and when there's only one person working the grocery line or one person working that Tim Hortons drive-through line, you're going to know why. So here's the deal. Employers are inevitably going to fire people when they can't afford these wages. And it's nothing personal, but the NDP and these social justice warrior liberals are going to blame capitalism as if there's some conspiracy there to make people poor. Evidence shows that interfering further into the markets will cause more failures, and then those will be blamed on some capitalist conspiracy which can't be proven. And this is how a middle-of-the-road policy with a little bit of capitalism and a little bit of socialism leads to all-out statism. And in fact, business owners are starting to get vocal. Alberta's entire economy is dependent on oil, and with oil continuing its free fall here, the best thing that the government can do is to cut taxes, stop punishing savers, and remove any unnecessary bureaucratic red tape. But of course, the NDP and the Liberals have done the complete opposite of that. The Edmonton and Calgary Chambers of Commerce, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, and the industry group Restaurants Canada have said a steep hike will hurt businesses already dealing with a recession economy and tens of thousands of people losing their jobs. So the NDP says that 305,000 employed Albertans earn less than $15 an hour, but look at what those jobs are. It's retail and food services, and 1 in 4 of these low-wage earners are students. Only 5% are working single parents. So if the NDP wants to help that 5%, there are other means. The fact is simple, folks. Unskilled labor, like working in retail or fast food, is not worth $15 an hour. But even more to the point, we don't need to raise the minimum wage. We need to fix the money. If you own a Canadian silver maple leaf coin, like this one right here, you'll see that it says $5 on it. Now, of course, this is not worth $5. This is trading for around $23 today. Now, hear me out. If we used real metal coins as money instead of paper with debt attached to it, we would not have to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Earning $5 an hour in real money would be like earning $23 an hour in today's monopoly money. In a true capitalist society, we're supposed to become more prosperous. Money is supposed to retain its value over time, and the prices of goods and services should get cheaper as time goes on. When you save, the value of that money is supposed to grow. That is literally the core of our civilization. The establishment will tell you that the prices of goods and services need to rise every year because it's the economy, or that's just how it goes. But they never give us a solid reason why our money needs to lose its purchasing power. So whether it's the Alberta's NDPs or Kathleen Wynne's Liberals, they are everything that is wrong with government in Canada. Instead of allowing families and individuals to accumulate capital that ensures a prosperous middle class and ensures the wealth for future generations, the powers that be are consuming capital and with the audacity to say that their system works better. Whether the argument is we owe it to ourselves or economic stimulus, they're repeating the same failures as the Soviet Union, and they're expecting us to go along with it obediently. But if history has shown us anything, economic disintegration, coupled with the growing wealth of the political and corporate class, is only going to fuel strife and rebellion. Alberta's oil prices are not going up. The housing market is not going to recover. And anything that the NDP or the Liberals do is not going to make things better. It might be time for Canadians to deal with the consequences of kicking the can down the road. Fascism is beyond our doorsteps, folks. He walked straight into the front door, he grabbed a beer out of the fridge, and now he's sitting on the couch with his hands down his pants with his muddy boots on the table. And I don't think you want that. And neither do I. You can help by sharing this video because people don't even know that this is a problem in the first place. And of course, we're only able to do this work because of your donations at pressfortruth.ca/donate, so thank you so much to anyone who has contributed. And if you'd like to see us grow as an independent media organization, you can become a PFT patron at patreon.com/pressfortruth. Here you can get access to the behind the scenes of the making of these videos, and also you'll get access to the patron members only stream. Click on that like button and share this video if you found the information useful. And stay tuned, we've got more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.